Yeah, this is part 2, got cut off, but I didn't realize. So yeah, back to the words that I was gonna get in Revelation 13. I'm gonna get the scripture first so that you see it. Then, wait, hold on. Okay, wait. Let me actually type out Revelation 13, verse 16. So that you see the root word of Mark, which is in Greek. And as you can see, for any new brothers or sisters, this is actually Greek, because in fact, let me just search up the Greek alphabet. Yeah, for those in the know, really, that's the root, that's the language for which the scriptures were translated, well, the New Testament was translated from. You have all these Greek symbols, man. For example, pi is here, and if we go to, where's that scripture? Yeah, you see pi here as well, that's a Greek letter, but yeah, I'm basically just trying to say this is Greek. Yeah, going to the point, charagma.
Strong's G 5480, charagma.
So now if we then go to the word, we see this is the key part right here where it says a scratch or etching. Now I wanted to search the definition of etching before I got cut off, but let me search it up now. It says a print produced by a process of etching, the art of processing or producing etched plates or objects. Alright, let me actually search the definition of etch then. Not etchy. It says to cut, bite, or corrode with acid or lac, engrave with an acid, or the like as a form of designing furrows that when charged with ink will give an impression on paper to produce this method of copper. Keyword there should really be engrave, because that's reference to the mark of the beast, man. A scratch, as it says here in the scriptures, the root word charagma, as it says here, is a scratch or an etching, man, like a stamp. And for those who take it, they'll be as a stamp, of which means that they're owned by Esau, man. Again, going into Isaiah 14:14, where he said, this is Isaiah 14 verse 14, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High, which is Esau's intention, man, to control people, to be like the Most High, man, in every possible way that he can do. And obviously he's going to try and achieve it, but he's going to be destroyed. That's his latter end. So that's the key part right there. And charagma comes from the root word. It says from the same as charax, which is this one right here.
Strong's G 5482, charax.
So of course charax, as it says here, to sharpen to a point. And we know when the mark of the beast, well, when people are going to be taking it, they're going to be taking it with a device that's going to have a sharpened point is going to be used in order to implant it under the skin. So this word charax also links to charagma, which is mark, which means a scratch or etching. It's going to be under the skin. And of course, a sharp point, charax, is going to be used in order to pierce under the skin and then place it there. And that's when, it's GG. Basically, that's a reference to a gaming term, which means good game, man. You're pretty much finished at that point. So of course, one should always be aware that this is the point where it's the major test, man. It's the major exam. You can't fail it. You have to reject that mark of the beast, man. Yaratazar puts that same stern spirit upon us, man. Don't care what Esau does. Wherever we have to die, we gotta do it, man. We've got to stick with Yahweh Shem Yahushua. But yeah, that's the keyword charax right there, man. But yeah, the point really is for this video is the fact that you see the gradualisms from biometrics into the mark of the beast, how it can then be used in order to implement this, man. And then in fact, I've got a key part to also say again based on the other part, because he said it can be unlocked with your face and your phone, and also you use some kind of fingerprint sensor to unlock the handle, the car handle, and also to confirm that you're the one who's driving the car.
So right there, it locks the car for you. If you want to hit it again while looking at the camera, that camera right there in the A-pillar is what's seeing my face. I had to stand there and register my face with the software inside the car for it to...
Yeah, this is the part where he talks about the phone and the mishap.
And I use the Bluetooth phone key on my iPhone. So there's a Bluetooth connection between my phone and the car, and there's a Rivian app. While I'm at the studio, I get an email saying that phone key is down. It doesn't work for now, and we're working on getting the system up and running again. And I was like, oh, that's unfortunate, because I didn't even bring the key fob to the studio, and the Bluetooth phone key is down, which means I'm stuck here. I was literally stuck at the studio for a couple hours. Luckily, I was working, and it didn't really matter, and by the end of the day, the issue was resolved. But just not having the key fob with me and trusting the Bluetooth app was potentially going to let me down and strand me for a little bit. So
yeah, that's the point right there, man. So imagine this is just with a phone key, using a phone to unlock a car. Now imagine with the mark of the beast, where it's like, for the 2/3 and those in the world who are gonna take it. Imagine they're in a situation where they then they don't walk properly according to Esau, which means they don't obey him. They may what's the word? They may make a mistake of which Esau's not happy with. Esau's gonna really try and be like the Most High, as Isaiah 14 verse 14 says. So of course, if someone then makes a mistake or does something to offend Esau, Edom, then they can just turn off the chip, or just send an email or something, some kind of alert or notification that you've been banned for 24 hours, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or forever. Well, and yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Those who put their trust in Esau, they're destroyed alongside with him. So again, that really proves a point where those who take the mark of the beast, they do it in vain. That's the key point. They do it in vain, because you're pretty much putting your trust upon Esau, man. And we know, as the scripture says, Yahweh is our power, man. We put our trust in them. Going back to Psalms 115 before I close up. Let's see. Psalms 115 verse 9. O Israel, trust thou in the Lord, he is their help and their shield. So of course, that's the key part right there. But always remember, Yahweh Shem Yahshua is backing us. And we always have to pray for mercy and for strength, man. Stability of mind, stability of spirit in these times to come. But yeah, I'll end it off there. Shalom Akim, Kahalalim La Yahweh Shem Yahshua, Bashem Chakudash. And double on Instagram with some apostles, man. Thought Yahshua. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You could already see the use cases, man. It's not just this as well, it's like fridges. You can see, just look at all the things in your living room right now, man. And in the kitchen, in your room, your bedroom, all the devices, man. All of those are going to have to be thrown away when the time comes. But yeah, man. Gotta be ready to detach from this world. Physically, not just mentally. But yeah. Anyways. Shalom and Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakatah.